Hi there, my name is Tim Carter from CheapTasticTech.com. What I'm going to show you today is how you can increase your battery life dramatically on your Galaxy S7 phone. This will work for any Galaxy S7, S7 Edge, Note 7, Note 5, S6, S6 Edge, S6 Edge Plus, and probably pretty much any Samsung device. Some of this is specific though to the S7 and the Note 7. And S7 Edge, of course. Okay, so first of all, let me show you the kind of battery life that I've been getting, and I just have some screenshots of that. So let's go and have a look. Okay, so this is a recent one. I had my phone on for 1 day and 10 hours, or about 34 hours. And in that time, I used 8 hours and 43 minutes of screen on time. And apps used about 25%, as you can see here. I have about 3% left, and I had 16 minutes left. So that would give me about 9 hours. So let's go have a look at another one. As you see here, I used this really heavily during the day. I had it on for 16 hours and 5 minutes. And I was doing a lot of work on this day, and I got 9 hours and 5 minutes of screen on time. Okay, so that was a really heavy use day. I have 10% left, and it says about 17 more minutes. So that would be around 9 hours and 22 minutes. Let me just show you one more. Okay, here I was using it heavily again. I had 12 hours and 23 minutes that I had the phone on. And in that time, I had it working for 8 hours and 20. So that's the type of battery life you should be able to expect on your phone. Now, keep in mind that this is an Exynos version, since I'm in Canada. The Exynos versions seem to get better battery life. They seem to be a little bit more tuned to the phones. But it still should increase your phone with the 820 processor, the Qualcomm 820, by quite a bit. Okay, so first there's a couple of tweaks I do on the phone itself, and then after that we'll go and download a couple of apps, and that's all you need to do. Okay, so let's go into settings here. Alright, and then what we want to do is go to display. And then we want to go to the always on display. Now I suggest that you turn this off if you don't really need it. It was kind of a novelty at first to have it, but I turned it off. It does use maybe 6 to 10% of your battery during the day, maybe even a little more. So if you don't really need it, turn it off. I found that I don't really need it because I can just wave my hand over the phone and it shows me the time anyway. And also when I pull it out of my pocket, I can just hit the power button, so I don't miss it at all. So this is something that you may want to do. It'll save you some right off the bat. The other thing that I do is I like to turn off location, or that's an option. I did have it off, but I started using some fitness tracking apps, so I needed to turn it back on. But if you're not using any apps that require the location, then it's a good idea to turn it off because it does use some battery. So privacy and safety and location. And then you can just turn location off here if you're not using it. Okay, so those are a couple simple things that can save you some battery right off the bat. Okay, now the next thing I do is I install a couple of apps. So let's go into the Play Store. And then what we want is Greenify. So go ahead and install this. I've already got it installed, of course, so I'm just going to open it. And all you need to do with this is just go into settings and have aggressive doze mode enabled. And that's all. You don't need to do anything else with this. Now let's just go look at the battery life on my phone right now. So I'll bring this down. And I use GSAM battery monitor to have a look at to keep track of my battery life. Now if we go into held awake, you can see in here how long the phone's been dozing. Okay, so far today I have 1 hour and 13 minutes 19 seconds of dozing, and I had 6 doze sessions. Okay, so I've been using it pretty heavily today because of course I'm recording this video on it. But that's how you can keep track of your doze. So that helps right away. And then there's just one more thing that we need to do. We want to install an app that will get rid of the bloat. So what we want is Easy Package Disabler. Okay, so go ahead and install that. This is Easy Package Disabler and it says Samsung there. That's what you want. So let's go open. Okay, and then we have the packages here. So we have possible bloatware, and I have 21 of 41 disabled. So to disable them, all you do is you tap the green check mark over beside them, and to re-enable them, just tap the circle with the line through it, the red circle. Now, if you go into here, you can disable all bloatware. But I wouldn't suggest that because there may be some things in here that you don't want disabled. For instance, I use the stock browser for the phone because it will enable the fingerprint scanner to sign into things. So I use that. So I don't want that undone. I also use some of the health services. So I haven't disabled that. But anything I don't need, I have disabled. Okay, just a couple more things about this. When you tap on the name of the app here, it gives you a description in here and tells you what it does. From here, you can disable it, cancel it, you can get more information. And you go into Manage to go into the Service Manager here. Okay, we'll go back. Don't want to mess with that. Okay, and so those are the possible bloatwares. Now, if you go under that, there's system apps that you can also have a look at that you may want to disable. And I went in here and disabled S-Voice. Now some of these you can do from the regular app manager and some you can't. As you know, some apps are not able to be disabled through the app manager. This solves that for you without having to root your phone. You can disable anything from here. Okay, so let's find S-Voice. I believe I've already disabled it. So S-Planner I disabled, as you see. S-Voice I disabled from here as well because I don't want those running in the background. Okay, so just do those things, disable those apps that you don't need, and then you should get a lot better battery life.